They're lying to your kids, and if you look like me, kiddos, they lied to you. I just asked Google, why didn't white veterans speak up for black veterans? And why didn't they speak out against the military's criminal historical treatment of black veterans? And it just told me that military members believe in color blindness. And military members don't see any color other than the color of their uniform, and that might work on someone who didn't know that in the Civil War, black soldiers were called the United States Colored Troops, and they weren't allowed to fight for the first 2 years when we thought we could win it without them. And they weren't citizens when they fought it. It took 3 years after for the 14th Amendment to be ratified. World War II was fought in segregated units. It took them 20 years to see integration. Most of them didn't see it. I'm starting to think that like most white kids aren't born evil. I'm starting to realize everything that we were told is actually a lie. We'll start in 1917 in Mississippi when a U.S. senator warned that once a black soldier was allowed to see himself as an American hero, it would be, quote, but a short step to the conclusion that his political rights must be respected. We feared that they would resist second-class citizenship. This started a domino of lynchings in 1918, most notably with Charles Lewis, who was standing on the street, got harassed by a police chief, was arrested, and then the next morning a mob of white men broke into the jail, kidnapped him, and lynched him in his uniform. In 1919, there were 3 race riots that broke out in the span of 3 months at the homecoming celebrations of African-American veterans. One was in Virginia, where the Marines and Navy were called in. The second one was the Bisbee riots, where violence broke out between serving members of the military, and number 3 was the New London riots, where African-American service members were attacked by white military units. I gotta speed up to after World War II because I gotta go to work, and just to show people that look like me that nothing has changed, Isaac Woodward, 1946, viciously attacked by a police chief in his uniform shortly after his discharge, resulting in permanent blindness. Joe Nathan Roberts, a Navy veteran and Temple University student, was abducted from his parents' home in 1947 and lynched for not calling someone sir earlier that day. Isaiah Nixon in 1948 was 28 years old. He was shot and killed by a white mob outside of his home and in front of his wife and 6 children. Just hours after he defied threats and voted in the local primary election in Georgia, the 2 white terrorists were acquitted by an all-white jury of national terrorists. So many that I'm skipping, so many that I'm forgetting. Obviously, I'm not qualified enough to talk about this. I just noticed that there are no white veterans who are speaking up on this. And quite literally, I mean, Medgar Evers just came to mind. I mean, he was sniped down in his driveway in front of his family. I'm only allowed to tell you that 35 black veterans were lynched between 1865 and 1950. That's what the AI is telling me that I can tell you. Most were undocumented. Either way, have a good day.